Welcome everyone to Current Affairs by Civil 360 IS Academy. So in the previous session we were discussing about the history of Iran and the conflict, right? And how did we get to where we are right now, that US-Israel-Iran war. Okay, so now in this session we will be focusing on the geography Iran, which is important for UPSC Prelims perspective. So let's go to the geography of Iran. So if you look at the how the Iran is actually situated, we can see most importantly we can see two mountain ranges. Okay, so you can see the Elburz mountains at the north of Iran. Okay, it's actually spreading from different countries. It's actually coming from Turkey. It also has parts of Iraq in it, and then it comes into from the northwest of Iran, it comes into the eastwards. That's the orientation of the Elburz mountain range. Okay, and please keep in mind where this is actually located. It is also known as Alborz mountains. Okay, Alborz or Elburz, it's actually talking about the same mountain range. Don't get confused. Okay, Alborz. And remember, the tallest peak of Iran, the tallest peak of Iran is Mount Damavand. Okay, Mount Damavand is actually located in Alborz or Elburz mountain range. Okay, so that is the first important thing you have to keep in mind. Okay, so these mountain ranges, this mountain range in particular, they were actually created. Even if you look at the Iranian plateau, it was actually created because of the Arabian plate colliding with the Eurasian plate. Okay, which we will discuss later. Just like how our Indian plate collided with the Eurasian plate and created the Himalayas, these mountain regions and this Iranian plateau itself, that upliftment is caused due to that collision. Okay. So you can see Mount Damavand, which is the most mountain peak in Iran. Okay, so then you can see Lake Urmia here, right? Lake Urmia, keep in mind, it is in the northwest of Iran. Okay, northwest of Iran. Okay, then we will look into the different rivers as well. So here you can see a Qom river. Okay, Qom. So also keep in mind, you can see whenever you are studying for in Iran or content related, geography related, you can see the word Rood. It actually means river. Okay, Rood, water body, river. Okay, that's the name. So you can see Qom, which actually is a river that originates from the Zagros Mountains, and it empties into a lake known as Namak Lake. Okay, Namak Lake. Okay, Namak. Okay, remember Qom and the Namak Lake. Then here you can see the Dasht-e Kavir and Dasht-e Lut. Okay, Dasht-e Lut and Dasht-e Kavir. These are salt lakes. Okay, keep in mind they are salt lakes, or no, they are actually salt deserts. Okay, these are salt deserts. Okay, they are not salt lakes, I made a mistake, they are salt deserts. Okay, so in these salt deserts, the water evaporates very quickly and salt is only left behind, and you can see the salt as ridges in a honeycomb structure. And that honeycomb structure is actually caused due to the convection of the saline water beneath the surface. Okay, just for additional information, I told you, salt deserts, honeycomb structures due to convection of water. Okay, due to the difference in salinity beneath the surface, the water gets in a convection motion, and due to these convection circles going around, it creates a honeycomb structure. So they are usually rich in lithium, but just know that Dasht-e Kavir and Dasht-e Lut are salt deserts located in central Iran. Okay, central Iran. Then you can see the Zagros mountain ranges, which are more predominant or bigger than the Elburz or Alborz mountain range. And Zagros mountain range, you can see Karun River. Okay, so Karun River is actually the only majorly navigable river in Iran. Iran does not have much rivers. Karun River is a very important river, and Karun River, there are certain tributaries which you will see. Then it actually empties into the Persian Gulf. Okay, it actually empties into a waterway called Shatt al-Arab waterway, which we will see, which is actually a point of contention between Iraq and Iran. Okay, so keep in mind, Iran and Kuwait do not have a land border. In fact, the Karun River is actually going into a waterway, okay, which is also known as Aravund waterway, or the Shatt al-Arab waterway, the Shatt al-Arab waterway, and it is actually the border between Iraq and Iran. Okay, so Kuwait does not have a land border with Iran. Just keep that point in mind. Then here you can see Bushehr. Bushehr is actually a nuclear facility is there in Bushehr. So we will discuss that also in the next session. We will discuss the oil, gas, the river resources, okay, where they are located. We'll also see the nuclear energy as well as the JCPOA as well. Okay, so then you can see Bandar Abbas. Bandar Abbas is actually the site of the point from which international north-south transport corridor is there, right? So the Bandar Abbas, then it goes to Azerbaijan, right? Then it goes to Astrakhan in Russia, then it goes on to Europe, right? So that is actually starting from Bandar Abbas. The Chabahar Port, which India has a free trade, is actually closer to the Pakistan border, Chabahar Port. Okay, so please keep that in mind as well. Okay. Okay. Okay, so these are the different regions of Iran. This is also important. Just know that this is a very important region. Okay, this region is very important. The Khuzestan region. The Khuzestan region is actually very famous or very important because the oil concentration is very, very high in this region. Okay, oil and gas. Okay, so Khuzestan is a very important region located in the southwest of Iran. Okay, remember it is in the southwest of Iran. Okay, or central and southwest Iran. Okay, just keep that in mind. And also know various regions. Esfahan. Okay, Esfahan is a region. Yazd is a region. Okay, Kerman. Okay, these are all deserts. Okay, salted deserts. Fars. Okay. So, Khorasan is an important famous historical region, right? Khorasan. Okay. So, these are the different provinces of Iran. Okay. Now, we will see in detail of the different rivers and lakes and all. So, here you can see Aras River, right? Aras River. Okay. Aras River is actually the river that demarcates the border between Iran, Armenia, Azerbaijan. Okay. So, that border is dominated by Aras River, and Aras River eventually empties into the Caspian Sea. After joining other rivers, it will empty into the Caspian Sea. Then you have Sefid River. Sefid River also empties into the Caspian Sea. Here you can see Damavand, right? Then you can see Karun River, and Karun River, here you can see another important river known as Karkhe River. Remember, the Karkhe River is not a tributary of Karun River, even though they are actually located close to each other. Right, here you can see the Shatt al-Arab waterway, it's very important. Shatt al-Arab. Okay, then you can see the Qom River here and the different salt deserts. Okay. Right, now here we can again see another map. Here you can see the different lakes. Namak Lake, Qom River, Qom, Qom River empties into the Namak Lake. Okay, here you can see the different salt lakes, Kavir, Namak. Okay, okay, then you can see Mand River and Zohre River, which empties into the Persian Gulf. Okay, Mand and Zohre River. Okay. Okay, so these are the important geographical features that you can immediately note. Okay, Karun River arises in the Zagros Mountains. Okay, it's actually part of the Zagros Mountains. Okay, remember the tributaries Dasht and Kuhrang. Okay, Dasht and Kuhrang. Okay, it passes through the city of Ahvaz. Okay, it passes through the city of Ahvaz, empties into Arvand Road, or what we call as Shatt al-Arab waterway. So that is Karun River. Okay, Dasht and Kuhrang are its major tributaries. Okay, then Zagros mountain range, it spans Iran, Iraq and Turkey. Okay, I told you it comes from there. Okay, so its highest mountain point is actually Dana, right? Dana. Okay. So remember Damavand and Dana. Damavand is actually the tallest mountain. It's located in the Elburz or Alborz mountain range, right? Alborz mountain range, Damavand. Dana is actually a mountain range located in the Zagros mountain range. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, the Zagros was formed due to the collision between Eurasian plate and the Arabian plate. Okay, so Alborz mountain, Damavand, and remember Damavand is actually not just the tallest mountain in Iran, it is also volcanic. Okay, it's also volcanic. That is also a key important part. Okay, in central Iran we can see the two salt deserts, right? Dasht-e Kavir and Dasht-e. Okay. Okay, now if you look at the islands in the Persian Gulf, if you look at the islands, you can see Lesser Tunb, Greater Tunb, the Kesham Island. Okay, and the Kesham Island is separated from Iran by the Clarence Strait. Okay, Clarence Strait. Okay, this strait is important. Remember the name, Clarence Strait. Remember the islands later, Lesser Tunb and Greater Tunb. Okay, then you can see Abu Musa Island. It's also very famous because it is administered by Iran, although it is contested by UAE, but it is administered by Iran. So these are some of the islands in the Persian Gulf. Okay. So here you can see other islands as well. Kish Island, Siri Island, Abu Musa, Tunb and Kesham, Karak Island. Okay, so have a brief idea about the orientation where Kesham Island is. Okay, then we will see another island, Karg Island, where 90% of Iran's oil production happens on that island, which has been bombed by US Israel. So we will see that. Just understand Kish Island, Siri Island, Abu Musa Island, where they are, how they are actually oriented also. Just keep in mind. Okay. So here you can see the Karg Island. Karg Island is famous because the 90%, like I said, Iran's oil industry is concentrated there. Again, you can see Kesh Island. Das Island is there, right? Das Island is actually UAE. Okay, it's actually UAE's island. Okay, you can see other features also. Okay, just have a broader, idea. Okay, here you can see Mehran River. Okay, Mehran, Shur, and Minab. Okay, the three rivers that we saw, Mehran, Shur and Minab. Right, these rivers. Okay, Mehran, Shur and Minab. Okay, so please keep in mind these three rivers as well. Okay, Mehran, Shur and Minab rivers that you can see here. Okay. Okay, now let's look at another picture. Okay, so here you can again see in detail Bushehr. I have already explained. It's famous for the nuclear facility, right? Then you can see Karg Island, Kesham Island again, Kish Island, Siri Island, okay, and the different islands in the Persian Gulf. Okay. And you can see that most of these islands are actually surrounded by fringing coral reef. Okay, fringing coral reef. Okay, coral reef. Okay, that means the land body has not yet subsided. Okay, that is atolls are not yet formed, but it is being subsided and you can clearly see a reef forming around that, around that landmass. Okay. Okay, now you need to know just a bit about the capitals and their orientation. This also should be there. Just understand that Tehran is actually, closer to the Caspian Sea side. Okay, and know that it is almost on the same latitude as Jerusalem and Amman of Jordan. Okay, so identify major cities and also capital cities. Their orientation is also important. Just have that north to south orientation. Okay, Tehran, then comes Iraq, Iraq's Baghdad. Okay, then you have Kuwait cities. Okay, then Manama of Bahrain, then Qatar's. Okay, then you have Riyadh. Okay, remember then after Doha comes Riyadh. In a north-south manner, after Doha comes Riyadh. Then comes Abu Dhabi. Okay, so Doha, then comes Riyadh, then Abu Dhabi. Okay, then Muscat. Okay, then Sana'a, etc. So that north-south orientation, east to west orientation, just have the West Asian important cities should be there with you. Okay, it should be there. in your mind. Okay. Okay. So this is another important figure, just to major features of that West Asian areas. Here you can see Taurus Mountains, right? Taurus Mountains you can see. Okay, they are in Turkey. Okay, they are in Turkey. So Caucasian mountain ranges is there. Karakum Desert is there. Okay, Karakum Desert. This is actually Turkmenistan. Okay, Turkmenistan, Karakum Desert. Okay, so then you can see the Arabian Peninsula. You can see various mountain ranges, right? You can see the Hadranma mountain range, Asir mountains, Hejaz mountain. So where they are actually located? The Asir mountains and Hejaz mountains, they are located in the Saudi Arabia, right? An-Nafud desert, Rubel Khali, the empty quartet. Okay, that is all located in Saudi Arabia, right? Ad-Dakhna is also located in Saudi Arabia. Just have that ideas in mind. Okay. Okay. Now we will look into Iran and the borders. Okay. The first, Kuwait. Kuwait, I told you, Iran does not have a land border with Kuwait. It only have a maritime border. Okay, maritime border, and the Durra gas field. Okay, Durra gas field or the Arash gas field is disputed and shared. Okay, it lies across Kuwait and Iran. That is actually important. Then Iraq border, you need to know about the Shatt al-Arab waterway, into which the Karun River actually empties into. Okay, then you can see Turkey, the border is more stable. It's one of the most formed by the Treaty of Kasr-i-Shirin. It's a very stable, very secure border. Okay, border crossings are there. If you have time, just read through it. It's very hard to remember all the border crossings. Okay, then you have Azerbaijan, you have the Nakhchivan enclave, right? That also has a border, and the Armenia will have a border, then Azerbaijan again will have a border. Okay, so the exclave of Azerbaijan, known as Nakhchivan, is also having borders with Iran. Okay, remember, Georgia does not have a border with Iran. Russia does not have a border with Iran. Okay. Then you can see Mount Sahant and Mount Sabalan in the Azerbaijan border. Aras River demarcates the border across the Armenia, Azerbaijan. Okay, that is also keep in mind. Okay, then you can see Turkmenistan also shares a border. Remember the Kopet Dag mountain. Okay, Kopet Dag mountain region is there. Then you can see Afghanistan. The border is actually Islam Khala Dagaroon is actually the border crossing. Okay, Islam Khala Dagaroon. Okay, remember the border crossing. In Pakistan, the border crossing is called Taftan and Mirjave. Okay, Mirjave. Okay, Mirjave. Okay, so these are some of the brief, key points regarding the various countries that actually shares a border with Iran. So, coming back to the original Iran geography. So once again, to summarize, you need to know about the Elburz Mountains, also known as the Alborz Mountains, the highest mountain, which is also volcanic. It's Mount Damavand. Then Zagros Mountains, okay, from which Karun River is there. The Shatt al-Arab Waterway, okay. Then Bushehr, it's a nuclear site, okay. Then the three rivers here. Then you have Qom River emptying into Namak Lake, the two salt lakes, Dasht-e Lut and Dasht-e Kavir. Okay, salt deserts. Okay, one of them is also a salt lake. Okay, then you can see the different countries in which it has a border. Kuwait does not have a border with land border with Iran. It only have a maritime border. Iraq, then comes Turkey, then Armenia is a border, has a border here. This is the Nakhchivan enclave, of Azerbaijan. Then you have Azerbaijan itself, then Turkmenistan, Afghanistan and Pakistan. Okay, so that's all about about the geography of Iran. In the next session, we will deal with the oil, gas, the energy resource of Iran, as well as the JCPOA. That was one of the reasons for the entire conflict and war. Okay, so that's all in this session. Thank you.